Powerful we are, compassionate we are, genius we are, adventurous we are, disruptive we are, distinctive we are, beautiful we are, revolutionaries we are, empathetic we are, courageous we are, grateful we are, attentive we are, learners we are, incitement we are, rebellious we are, heartful we are, inspiring we are, leader.
Hey, thank you, Sangeeta. Before I forget, I think Vivikta, Deepthi, Apurva, and Nivedita wrote this invocation, right? So make sure put it in your resume that you did this. Again, these are small things, but they add a lot of value. How many people really create a invocation? So it looks really powerful on your resume. Okay.
Yes.
So, you know, we started um, doing using the word mana, I don't know, about 6 months ago, I think. And I started asking, it was like very beautiful for me. I mean, when I just heard the word mana before anything, it was transporting me to a different place. It was like, wow. And so I felt like that the word mana was connecting me from my finite world to the infinite. So even though it is a small word, the prefix like mana vivikta, mana vinay, mana gita. So just saying that somehow for me, okay, maybe not for others, for me, it just like wow, I am connected to this person. I was feeling it actually, and then I said, how do I live this word mana? How do I do this? How do I? Yeah, I'm saying it, but can I really live it? Okay, so I started, so that was where it started, right? So I want to bring everything I try to do is for I do it because we live, there has to be a goal. If there is no goal and I just speak about things, it is very hard to what do you call, it is very hard to explain it in words. There has to, because of the finiteness of who we are, our words are a very crude expression of our hearts. Our heart is telling something, and we want to tell what our heart is speaking, and so we use words. But our words are really not very uh, not there yet. I don't even know there are any words which can clearly tell what our heart is telling. So we use words, we use tone, we use facial expressions, all of it to convey what we are feeling in our heart to the other person. But I still don't think we are able to do it. Um, we can do it as well as it can be done. So maybe in future a new language is going to come, which might help that. But at this time, I still don't see it. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to clear. One of the ways I've figured out is you have to clearly state the goal, and so this way everyone knows what the goal is. Then it is easy to uh, create the story of what we are trying to do. Okay, so the goal. So my goal, I can tell you, with this Thop talk and with this Thop cell, is to make all of your dreams come true. That is my goal. I want all of you to have that confidence that I can make my dreams come true. That is the goal. Okay. So let us. So now remember that goal while we are talking. Everything I'm talking, remember that goal. So Elon Musk uses external engineering to disrupt the world. Sadhguru uses inner engineering. to disrupt the world. We, Thop Cell, is very unique. We use inner engineering to create heart-to-heart connections and use external engineering to handle the big problems of the world. So we are actually doing two things, both. So that is our uniqueness. Okay. Again, why am I saying this uniqueness? Because our goal. If we don't think we are unique, if we don't think we are confident, how can we reach that goal? We can't. Okay. So the goal is to make your dreams come true. And in each one of you, there is a superstar, right? Everyone wants to show off. Everyone wants to say, I'm good at this. So then when I was around 26, I used to ask many successful people many questions. I wanted to understand life. I wanted to understand, why am I living? What is all this, right? So one of the questions I always used to ask was, if you were 26, what would you do differently? Many said they would have spent more time with their family. That was like the most common answer. I really took this to heart. And first of all, I never thought I'll get married. But once I got married, I said, oh my God, all these successful people said I should have spent more time with the family. So that's what I did. For about 14 years, for me, Mana was my wife and my kids. Everything revolved around it. So Mana was that for me. Now my definition, over the last few years, I have only been thinking about your future. So my definition of Mana has changed. Now Mana is you now. I will move again. If I can move from my own, wife and kids, that definition to you, then what is the chances that I will move again? Very high. So remember that. So when I move again, my definition of Mana will change again. And I'm telling you all of this to be very honest in the way I'm doing things, okay? Because we seem to have this feeling called something is going to be there forever. We think like, oh, when I have this friend is forever. If that friend chooses to move away because she got a job in Singapore and she went there and she was busy and she's not, trying to do it, you'll think, now, I'm such a good friend, she's not talking to me. Maybe she moved on. Maybe that new culture, maybe that new thing has given her a new purpose. But there is this thing called, oh, she should have told me. She should have, invited me. She should have made me part of that journey. So all of those things will come in. So I'm trying to tell you, so I'm telling you to be, telling you all of this honestly, saying that things do change. And when things change, how you can accept the change also helps you with your Mana very well. Okay. So why am I telling you all this? So can you practice Mana in a particular way for the next 5 to 10 years? And then after that, you can change. You're only, 18. If you practice in a particular way until 23 or say 28, and then change it. Like I changed my definition of Mana, right? You can change it too. So if you can practice Mana in a particular way, I think 100 crores by the age of 30 can happen very easily. And if you practice Mana in a particular way, is it possible to create a Elon Musk? I think yes. If you practice Mana in a particular way, can we create a Sudhamurti or a Kailash Satyarthi? I think so. So this is my definition of mana. Okay. For you, my definition doesn't mean it has to be your definition. Remember that. Okay. Think about your short term goals. It could be a job, it could be higher education, it could be business, it could be marriage, it could be a movie director, it could be anything. Okay. And then within that, have micro short term goals, like today's goals. You get up in the morning and say, I have homework to do. Do the homework. You have to get it done someday. So get it done. So have micro short term goals. So short term goals and micro short term. Then the second thing, while you're doing this micro short term goals and short term goals, think about others in your team. You all have beautiful hearts. You're really, really good people. So help each other out. Don't have to help the whole world. You know each other, 30 of you, 40 of you. This is good enough. Help each other out, make them feel better, make them feel good. How do they become, the best versions of themselves? Okay, that's two. But these two are not going to be enough to have that mana connection. The third has to be there, and that is have a huge goal. Like, I'm going to end poverty. I'm going to see that women walk freely at midnight. I'm going to end the pollution in the whole world. This third one is also super important. If you don't have that it is going to be harder to have that mana there. Okay. So we read about mana in Panchatantra stories when we were kids saying, Are manam andram kalsi undali. Okay. Now you have the chance to practice it. You already have been doing it for several years now. You have the basics of mana in all of you. You have practiced it, you have been living it. Now, can you extend it? If you can, Elon Musk is one person, Sadhguru is one person, but you have many. So, you have a huge advantage on making many more fantastic things happen. Okay, so that's my thoughts for now. So now we will go with your thoughts and your comments. So since Vivikta raised her hand, we'll go with her. After that, please raise your hands, and it's all yours now.
Thank you, sir. Ante, like in between, you just gave an example wherein you talked about two friends, right? So I think not many of people who are in the call know this, but then in the beginning, ఈసలో నేను వచ్చినప్పుడు I the way I felt was really amazing, and I want అంటే I just badly wanted that నా ఫ్రెండ్ ఆ టైంలో బెస్ట్ ఫ్రెండ్ ఉన్నప్పుడు షీ వాజ్ మై ఇంటర్ కాలేజ్ బెస్ట్ ఫ్రెండ్ షీ షుడ్ ఆల్సో ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఇట్ అని.
I remember that person.
Yeah.
What was her name? I forgot.
Sharon, Emerald Sharon, sir.
Yes, I do remember. I spoke with her a couple of times. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just really felt that I badly wanted her to experience this anamata. But somehow అది అవ్వలేదు. అంటే we wanted మేమిద్దరం కలిసి ఉండాలి అని we just badly wanted it, but somehow అది అవ్వలేదు. And after that ఒక 2 days వరకు బాధేసింది. తర్వాత somehow we both moved on. Not that I did not move on, not that she did not move on. We got that new purpose in our lives అనిపించింది. And అంటే మీరు చెప్పే వరకు I did not realize this, కానీ మీరు చెప్పిన తర్వాత I was realizing. So like we will talk about fears and failures soon కాబట్టి one thing which I was fearing was అరే 5 years వరకు కలిసి ఉంటాం, మరి దాని తర్వాత దాని తర్వాత నేను ఒక్కదాన్ని ఎట్లా ఉండాలి అనే థాట్ ఉండే నాకు. బట్ నౌ ఐ ఫీల్ మేబీ ఆ టైంకి సిచ్యువేషన్స్ అలా క్రియేట్ అవుతాయి సో దట్ ఐ కెన్ మూవ్ ఆన్. I mean, universe will create those kind of situations which will be in my favor so that I can move on అన్నట్టు. అండ్ డెఫినెట్ గా చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి చూసుకుంటే మన అనే వర్డ్ నా లైఫ్ లో చాలా సార్లు మారింది. ఐ ఐ ఐ హ్యావ్ బిన్ హ్యావింగ్ 3 బెస్ట్ ఫ్రెండ్స్ సిన్స్ మై చైల్డ్హుడ్. ఇప్పుడు వాళ్ళు నా మనాల్లోకి రాకపోవచ్చు, బట్ at some point of time they were part of my life and I am grateful for them.
Yes,
And
exactly.
it's not necessary that pratisari, that every year they'll be part of my life or my mana, and it's
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll move on.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ. ఇప్పుడు నాకు ఒక్కోసారి సిద్ధు వచ్చి అంటాడు, డాడీ డూ వేక్ మీ అప్ అని అంటాడు. ఐ సెడ్, నో సిద్ధు, యూ కెన్ డూ ఇట్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్. డాడీ, థింక్ ఐఎమ్ వన్ ఆఫ్ యువర్ ESL స్టూడెంట్స్ అండ్ దెన్ వేక్ మీ అప్. అండ్ దెన్ ఐ లైక్, అరే, if I wake you up, you're going to irritate me. My ESL students don't irritate me. You will start saying, oh, why are you waking me up? So are you willing to do this where my ESL students, when I wake them up, they'll be happy? So are you going to be happy? Okay, I'll be happy. Okay, then I'll wake you up. So it is, so that doesn't mean I don't care, right? That doesn't mean you don't care about Emerald.
Yes.
It just means she has a path, different path she's choosing, consciously or unconsciously. It means you are choosing a path consciously or unconsciously, right? And that respect we have to give. And when you give that respect, you will start being in the no guilt zone. And you can do many things easily. Very well said.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember, talking with Emerald. I knew you told me, how she was your best friend, and I really tried to figure out ways to involve Emerald personally because I wanted, her to be part of your life. So I did try that, and it didn't happen.
And చెప్పాక సార్ అంటే 2 days వరకు బాధేసింది, బట్ తర్వాత I somehow started moving on. It
Yes.
happened very organically.
Yes, exactly. Because you had things to do, places to go.
Yeah.
And you're dreaming about things. You had something going on. So it's very important. Okay, anyone else? Thank you, Viveka. Go ahead, Geeta.
I totally agree that the definition of mana does change, but even at any given instance, I feel we still have two manas. Like for Sadhguru, mana is the whole world, right? It's everybody. So our spiritual journey is that, and we all are still having this human experience. So manaki kavali, that sense of belonging in our immediate vicinities lo, right? So we need that sense of belonging, sense of connection. All human beings need that. We are social beings. So a mana idi avasaram, but along with keeping your small circle, and that circle also, there may be churn in that, right? People will hop in and out because your friend Vivu was not ready for change or whatever. She had her own journey to go through. Yes. We all have our own journeys to go through in life. So people will hop on and off your wagon, your mana wagon. Right. But even for us, I feel our goal is ultimately there is this inner circle and there's that outer circle is to make that larger and larger. Yes. Like if that mana, that one consciousness feeling, I don't feel it yet for everybody, but you feel there's no difference between the other person and you, get to that point.
Yes.
That's why when somebody is suffering thousands of miles away, it hurts to see people suffering.
Yes.
So there is something to it. We've never seen them. We don't know who they are, but we see, even if an animal is suffering, we feel that suffering. So there is something that doesn't meet the eye there. That is that consciousness piece. So our journey is hopefully between now and end of our physical life is that mana becomes more and more expansive, and consciously we are feeling that oneness with the other person. That's how I see a mana. But that small circle still is very important to me, like mana isal. I need that sense of belonging. So it's very important to me at this time.
Yes.
So that's how I see the word mana.
Yes. Very well said, Geeta. Thank you. Anyone else? Tharun, you had your hand up.
Sir, yes, sir. Like you told that mana changes from time to time. Like, కానీ నాకు అనిపించింది ఫస్ట్ స్టార్టింగ్ లో ఇన్క్లూడ్ మన మీన్స్ ఇంక్లూడ్. నా లైఫ్ లో చాలా మంది వచ్చారు, లైక్ అలా అని పాత వాళ్ళని అంటే మర్చిపోతామని కాదు, వాళ్ళు మళ్ళీ తర్వాతకి ఒక టైం తర్వాత మళ్ళీ కలుస్తారు. లైక్ ఇప్పుడు ఒక చిన్న సిచ్యువేషన్ చాలు మళ్ళీ కలిసి స్ట్రాంగ్ కావడానికి. అలాంటి సిచ్యువేషన్స్ జరుగుతాయని నేను అనుకుంటున్నా. లైక్ అట్లా మన అంటే నా డెఫినేషన్ ఏంటంటే ఇంక్లూడ్ అని నేను అనుకుంటున్నా. ఇంక్లూడ్ యాజ్ మెనీ యాజ్ పీపుల్ అండ్ హెల్ప్ అవుట్ ఈచ్ అదర్ అని. ఎస్ సార్.
One of the things about these kind of interactions is when you start telling, you start creating clarity among yourself, and then a clear definition of what it is for you appears now. Okay, that is your definition today. 2 days from now, the definition might change, and that's okay. That new definition is your definition on that day. Adi. Okay, so very good. Anyone else? You have to talk, guys, because దీనికి ఒక 6 months effort ఉంది దీని లోపల. నేను 6 months నుంచి ఆలోచిస్తున్నాను. When I heard that word mana, suddenly it took me to that place anamata, and I was like thinking, can I create that space every time? Can I, as soon as I use the word mana, can it transport me to that infinite space? Or like the Sadguru's, where you said, where he connects with everyone, can I use word mana to connect me to that space? So that started going in my brain about 6 months ago once I saw the power of that word. So దాన్ని కూర్చొని ఇన్ని రోజుల నుంచి ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేయాలని చూస్తున్నాను వర్డ్స్ లోకి, and I'm not even sure whether I did a good job at it. I don't think I can ever do that, ever express it the way I am feeling it, but I tried it. Go ahead, Dhanush.
Yes, sir. Even I thought of the same, but I don't know how much long it continues. I don't know how shortly even I end it, but I would like to speak. Yeah, what I'm going to say is mana is not just a word. It's the including of the people by the day passes on. As Geeta ma'am said, in the spiritual way, that Sadguru has already told, mana means this whole world or this whole planet. And now when it comes to me, and in this month what I have experienced is the power of mana, the people who comes under my mana, because I'm not mentally stable this month, so I don't know why it affected the people around me, but it affected. Yeah, there are many people to care for me. There are many people who I don't know. Yeah, that the mana is mana family that that given me the opportunity to share many things, and that given me the opportunity to come out of many things, and that given me the opportunity to get into many things. And yeah, can't you do just small things which can even work in the favor of that mana. Yes, we can do. So those are not just the small things, but they can even build the trust on you, how you are going to withstand for them along the lifelong. So that is the power of mana that I have experienced. And apart from that, yeah, mana is something like having a goal, whether it's short term or long term, that you feel like you own the responsible for it, and you feel that you have to work for it, and you feel that you are the one going to start that if that has not done it or not started it. And that's the power of mana. Yeah, that's what I guess. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dhanush. Uh, hey, Dipti, go ahead.
Yes, sir. You said, mana word is in you for the last 6 months, but I think for me it's from many years, I guess. Ante I feel, and na definition for mana is that the people where I feel comfortable to speak, or I'll have that freedom to speak or stay with them, or the freedom which I get from them. And that's how I connected to Isal. అంటే starting లో ఇట్లా మన అనే ఫీలింగ్ వచ్చేసింది ఇంకా, because I got that freedom where I can be myself. And from that, I had the same definition for mana, and still it is the same. I don't know, it will change or it will not change, but my definition was that. Yes, sir. And that's why I connected.
Thank you, Dipti. Geeta, go ahead.
Sorry, I remembered something else.
Yeah, please.
Very well said, Deepthi. I feel the same way in ESAL. Dhanush, sorry to hear that you haven't felt so good this month, but I'm so happy for you. You found that mana in ESAL. You know,
Yes.
I think every one of you should feel that. You know, there's anybody, you know, amongst yourselves, or you call your mentors if you're not feeling good. We are all mana here, you know. So you can
Yes.
reach out to any of us, and you know that absolutely there is no judgment on what you're going through. Oh, that's silly. How come you're feeling so bad about that? Not at all. Okay, so just know that. Um, and then, Shravan, you said when you were talking about words, right? It's hard to put in words. I don't know if I'm using the right words, if they have the effect. It is so difficult because things like these is what you experience, like Dhanush
Right.
mentioned. It is an experience. So words, like Eckhart Tolle always uses, words are pointers. You know, you speak 10 words, but it's only the ultimate experience that you'll know, okay, this is what it feels like. I can tell you mangoes, oh, this mango is sour. I can describe it in 100 words, but unless you taste it and experience it, you won't know what it is. So it's like that. I think mana is also like that. You absolutely need to, you experience it, then you appreciate the
Right.
value of that word.
Right. So, thank you, Geeta. Dhanush?
Yeah, so I don't know, but I think I expressed it in the wrong way, and I think I sorry for that. But what is the thing? I'm not good in this month is because I was much exposed to negativity than positivity in this month. I spent my much of the time with negativity rather than filling my mind with the positivity. So that's you want to find out what adds value to your day to reach to your goal every day, and that's where I failed. So that's how, yeah, that's how our ESL is brought, and that's how we should experience our day completely. We are filling our day with the positivity here, and that's how we are energizing to our goals. I think, yeah, I am
Yes.
lucky to have it. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Dhanush. And another thing which you said, which was really good, is you said, I was not feeling well. It's really important to say that. I mean, I do that. I feel that too. It's, like, you know, you have a 10th class degree or an inter degree, which stays with you forever. Unfortunately, happiness does not stay with you forever. You must be happy like 10 minutes ago. Doesn't mean you're going to be happy now. You have to generate your own happiness all the time. That's the truth about life, right? So being consciously saying, yeah, I'm not feeling well, is okay. But staying there, I'm just going to be there forever, that is not okay. Okay. That doesn't help you, that doesn't help the world. So so I changed it to definition of mana to experience of mana after Gita said, because I realized how do I create the experience of mana was what I was trying to talk about. But then see, I made a mistake, or I did not express it properly by saying I said definition of mana. So the next thing is, okay, go ahead, Libija.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Sir, you think for the next question?
Oh, we talked about mana the last
I
15
got it.
minutes.
I got it, sir. Like you were about to tell something, so I was thinking like, are you?
No, it's okay. You talk.
Ah.
After that, the next part of the I'm going to take us to the next part, which is equally important. Go ahead, Lidvija.
I'll mana అనే వర్డ్ ఏమో చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి we all listen to that word just like that, but I really experienced it. వినయన్న మీకు గుర్తుందా, మనం రజనీ సార్కి we were writing, అంటే నేను జాయిన్ అవుతా అని చెప్పా. బిఫోర్ ఐ జాయిన్డ్ we used the word our company. I have written a message to him, like మేము like we were writing a propose, like I am going to join Kingsman company, such that like I think I was the one of the beginners to join that thing. So ఎలా రాయాలి, we should tell him like there was no position over there, అంటే అక్కడ ఒక వేకెన్సీ ఉంది, నాకు అది కావాలి అంటే we can write, we are going to create that job, we were going to create that position for us. So we have written that thing, అంటే మరీ అంత కాన్షియస్ గేమ్ రాయలేదు, subconsciously we use the word our company అని. దాని తర్వాత sir mentioned that thing. I loved the word you said, our company. That's how owning starts అని. And that's when I really felt like, oh, mana అంటే అంత ఉంటుందా అందులో. I don't know that thing. Then after, as Geeta ma'am said, it's all about experience. When we stated that, I అంటే అప్పటికి కూడా like when sir told also, I was like, oh, is that so? Is the word our will have that much thing or that much effect on it? But then after, there were situations. I told in many situations. I mean, many talks, one way or the other, directly or indirectly. There are times when many of us went back out of, like, we tried hundreds and hundreds of ideas, out of which 10%, 20% are working. And the only reason we never bothered about the 90% failures is just because there is experience, a feeling called mana, which all of us were there for each other. We were enjoying all those failures. Ante we were working on that ideas with the feeling of that bond. అరే కలిసి చేస్తున్నాం, that common, అంటే చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి we listen to that, కలిసి ఉంటే కలదు సుఖం. And there are many sentences we just listen, we just write, we have we have read in many places or many other things. But I actually I actually experienced, అంటే ప్రతి ఒక్క సెంటెన్స్ కి అంత అర్థం ఉంది, ప్రతి ఒక్క సెంటెన్స్ కి అంత మీనింగ్, అంత డెప్త్ ఉంది. లైక్ అంటే poets won't write, writers won't write just like that. There is something called, they'll feel it. అంటే డ్రీమ్ బిగ్ అని అనేది ఊరికే అనరు. they have dreamt big and they have experienced that thing. And everything, every sentence ante one or the other will have effect only when they feel that inner bond between the people. Like by default గానో ఇంకా మరి ఫార్చునేట్ గానో అన్ఫార్చునేట్ గానో వీఆర్ లైక్ సోషల్ హ్యూమన్ అంటే సోషల్ యానిమల్ అంటారు కదా దట్ థింగ్ లైక్ వి కాంట్ స్టే లైక్ దాట్ మనకు మనమే ఉండడం అనేది ఇట్స్ జస్ట్ సచ్ అ స్టూపిడ్ థింగ్ కదా అనిపిస్తుంది వెన్ వి సీ అవర్ టీమ్ వెన్ వి ఆల్ దేర్ ఫర్ ఈచ్ అదర్. నాకు నేనంటే ఏంట్రా నీకు నువ్వు అసలు ఏముంది నీ దగ్గర, ఇట్స్ నాట్ లైక్ దాట్. ఇట్స్ ఆల్ వెన్ యూ ఫీల్ అంటే నీలో ఉన్న ఫీలింగ్ ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేయడానికి కూడా నీకు ఒకరు ఉండాలి కదా. మేబీ కోపం, మేబీ ప్రేమ, వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ ఈస్, there should be someone who should be receiving that feeling from you. That's when అంటే ఎవరు పడిన వాటిపైన మనం కోప్పడితే వాళ్ళు తీసుకోరు కదా. That's when we come to a point that ఒక డివైన్ ఫీలింగ్. నేను అంటే మా మమ్మీ రాధాకృష్ణ చూస్తుండే, ఐ వాజ్ సీయింగ్ దట్ థింగ్ అండ్ కృష్ణుడు వాజ్ టీచింగ్ రాధా స్టేజెస్ ఆఫ్ ఫీలింగ్స్ ఆన్ ఎ పర్సన్. అంటే డివైన్ ఫీలింగ్ ఆఫ్ లవ్ విల్ కమ్ ఆఫ్టర్ సెవరల్ స్టేజెస్. అంటే ఫస్ట్ we feel possessive, we feel jealous, we feel hatred, we feel fear, all those things we come across all those things anta anni levels of ayin tarvatane we just accept people anta. And see that's how we have evolved, like as Vivikta said, okay, organic way lo we have grown, we had all those things. I don't know if am I the only one to have that feeling. At the beginning I felt jealous of like manalo manaki I felt jealous on some of us. I felt fear, I felt kopam, bada, anni unde. After which now I accept all of us. It's just mana ani ippudu mana vaalla paina oorke raadadi. It was a organic growing. It was ఇంకెవరు వచ్చి నా పక్కన గురించి ఎంత బ్యాడ్ గా చెప్పినా ఓకే వాడు బ్యాడే అయితే ఏంటి ఇప్పుడు అని అంత స్ట్రాంగ్ గా ఉన్నా నేను. ఇప్పుడు అయితే ఏంటి, ఓకే హీస్ బ్యాడ్, ఐ నో హౌ టు మౌల్డ్ హిమ్, ఐ నో హౌ టు బ్రింగ్ బ్యాక్ హర్. అంటే ఐ నో అనేది అంత స్ట్రాంగ్ గా ఎందుకు చెప్తున్నా అంటే ఐ హ్యావ్ దట్ మచ్ ఆఫ్ బాండింగ్, అంటే దట్ మచ్ ఆఫ్ మన ఫీలింగ్. అండ్ యాజ్ వివిక్త సెడ్ ఇట్ అంటే ముందు ఉండొచ్చు ఉండకపోవచ్చు, దాని తర్వాత కొన్ని డేస్ కి మారచ్చు, బట్ ఇట్స్ జస్ట్ వి విల్ అంటే we will be happy when we have that mana feeling itself. నీ దగ్గర 1,000 crores of rupees ఉన్నా when you have no one to share that happiness, it's nothing.
Right.
And that's how like ఇందరున్నారు ఇంకా నేను పడిపోతా లేస్తా అన్న సరే పడిపోతా లేస్తా అయితే ఏంది ఇప్పుడు. ఐ హ్యావ్ దట్, నేను నాకు పడిపోయినా అని చెప్పుకోవడానికి ఐ హ్యావ్ పీపుల్, నేను లేచిన అని చెప్పుకోవడానికి ఐ హ్యావ్ పీపుల్. దట్స్ I think every human being needs that. That's all. You need someone who can just listen to you. That's all.
Right.
That's all. Thank you.
Wow, Lidvija, thank you. Vivikta, do you want to say something or shall we go to the next part?
Sir, ante almost the same thing, but I just wanted to share about myself anamata. So ante నాకు ఇట్లా అనిపిస్తుంది at this point of time. What I think is first, ఒకవేళ if I really want to provide value to my team, I think I should first think about myself. And అంటే ఫస్ట్ నేను నా లోపల ఉన్న బ్యాటిల్ ని ఫైట్ చేసిన తర్వాతే I can provide value to the team. Ante it might be simultaneously at some point of times, but then itla anpistadi annata. First nanu deal cheskogaligante I can deal anyone in this world anpistadi. And Liddu akka cheppinattu starting lo we will definitely, as humans and the way we have been brought up, we'll have those feelings, a jealousy, kopam, తర్వాత ఆ సాడ్నెస్ అన్ని ఉంటాయి. I feel those are the things which we should deal with ourselves first. తర్వాతే వీల్ అంటే ఇంకా తర్వాత we'll see world in a very different perspective అనిపిస్తుంది. మేబీ ఆన్ అ వైడర్ యాంగిల్ అండ్ అప్పుడు రియల్ గా విల్ సీ ద బ్రాడర్ పర్స్పెక్టివ్ ఆఫ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ అనిపిస్తుంది. సో ఐ జస్ట్ వాంటెడ్ టు టెల్ దిస్ అండ్ మేబీ ఐఎమ్ డీలింగ్ విత్ దోస్ థింగ్స్ రైట్ నౌ. Hopefully కాదు, I will come out of this soon. And అంటే this might not have been possible if there was no platform for us to personally improve ఏమో అనిపిస్తుంది. ఇప్పుడు కూడా when I see people dealing with those things which I have dealt with in the starting few months of research, నాకు ఇట్లా అనిపిస్తుంది, ఓకే వాళ్ళు ఆ థింగ్స్ నుంచి బయటకు వస్తే వాళ్ళకి ఎంత హ్యాపీనెస్ వస్తుంది, హౌ మచ్ దే కెన్ ఎంజాయ్ ద ఫ్రీడమ్ అనిపిస్తుంది. అండ్ ఈ రియలైజేషన్స్ అన్ని ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ చేసిన తర్వాతే వస్తాయి. సో ఆ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ లో ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ పీపుల్ హూమ్ యూ కెన్ కాల్ మన, డెఫినెట్లీ ఆ పీపుల్ మారచ్చు. యాజ్ టైమ్ పాసెస్ ఆన్ పీపుల్ మారచ్చు. బట్ ఆ ఎక్స్పీరియన్సెస్ లో ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ పీపుల్ హూమ్ యూ కెన్ కాల్ మన, ఇంకా దాని తర్వాత ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత వెన్ యూ రియలీ లుక్ బ్యాక్ యూ విల్ చెరిష్ దెమ్ అనిపిస్తుంది. ఇట్స్ అ వెరీ ప్యూర్ అండ్ ఆర్గానిక్, మళ్ళీ ప్యూర్ ఆర్గానిక్ ఫీలింగ్ అనిపిస్తుంది. అండ్ యూ కెనాట్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఇట్ if there are no people with you. Being people in your life is very important. Liduja akka cheppinattu, we are social animals and we need people in our lives.
Nice. Wow, very well said, Vivekta. Very well said. Chandan, do you want to say something?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Danish, okay. Thank you, sir, for bringing this word mana to this chat. Actually, I really loved the conversation going on here. అసలు మనకి ఇంత పెద్దగా ఉందని ఐ జస్ట్ అంటే దిస్ బిగ్ అంటే ఈ వర్డ్ ఇంత పెద్దగా ఆలోచించవచ్చు, ఇంత మీనింగ్ ఉందని జస్ట్ ఫీలింగ్. అండ్ వాట్ ఎవర్ యూ సెడ్ రిగార్డింగ్ మన అంటే ఐఎమ్ జస్ట్ ఫీలింగ్ అంటే నిజమే కదా. బికాస్ ఐ నో అంటే ధనుష్ నా పక్కలే ఉంటాడు కదా, హీ గివ్స్ మచ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ టు దిస్ మన. సో హౌ ఇట్ ఇంపాక్టెడ్ ధనుష్ అనేది ఐ నో. అంటే సో చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ మన అనేవాడు. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ ఏదైనా మన అనుకున్నప్పుడు మాత్రమే వీ కుడ్ కాన్సన్ట్రేట్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు కాలేజీలో కూర్చొని ఏదో ఆలోచించి అంటే కెమికల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ నాది కాదు అని కూర్చుంటే సార్ కెమికల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ చెప్పిన ఆ మన కెమికల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అనకపోతే ఎక్కదు. సార్ ఎంత మంచి చెప్పినా, ఎంత మంచి సార్ అయినా అది ఎక్కడు అలా. ఇంకా మన గురించి చెప్పాలంటే ఇంకోటి ఇప్పుడే రిలీజ్ అయ్యా. ఐ యూస్ టు అంటే ఎవరో కాల్ చేస్తే నేను చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్గా ఫీల్ అవుతున్నా నేను. బట్ అదే సేమ్ వే నేను ఇంకోరు కాల్ చేస్తే కూడా వాళ్ళు అదే ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఫీల్ అవుతారు కదా అనే థాట్ ఇప్పుడు వచ్చి, ఎవరో ఎందుకు నన్ను కాల్ చేస్తే నేను ఎందుకు ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫీల్ అవ్వాలి, వెన్ ఐ కాల్ దెమ్ దే వుడ్ బి ఫీలింగ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ కదా. దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో మన దట్స్ ఆల్సో.
Thank you, Chandan. Regarding calls, I have to tell you something. My father never calls me. I have to call him. And it irritates me like anything or not. ఎప్పుడు నేనే కాల్ చేయకపోతే దెన్ ఆనందరావు ఉన్నాడు కదా గీత, మన క్లాస్మేట్, అన్నాడు, అరే నీకే లక్కీ కదరా, యూ హ్యావ్ ద కంట్రోల్, యూ కాల్ వెన్ ఎవర్ యూ ఫీల్ లైక్ కాలింగ్, యూ కెన్ సెటప్ ఎ టైమ్, అరే ఈరోజు మంచిగా ఐ ఫీల్ happy, I'm strong, whatever it is, and then you call. If he doesn't pick it up, that's okay. You have the control. Once I saw that, I said, wow, I have the control. So whenever I feel like calling people, I call. If they don't pick it up, they don't pick it up. It's okay. But I'm calling when I have the time in my hand, when I know this is the time I can talk, when they call me, who knows, I might not have the time. So so that new definition of that new perspective of calling the other changed everything for me. Simple thing. So anyway, let's go to the next part. So what did I say at the beginning? It's your goals. Because ఎన్ని ఏది కొట్టినా కూడా మనం ఉన్న ఫైనైట్ లైఫ్ లో గోల్స్ అండ్ ఇది సంథింగ్ ఐ వాంట్ టు మేక్ హ్యాపన్ ఇన్ దిస్ ఫైనైట్ వరల్డ్ ఈజ్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. అది చేస్తున్నంత కాలమే యూ కెన్ కనెక్ట్ టు ద ఇన్ఫైనైట్. అదర్వైజ్ నువ్వు అది చేయకుండా ఇన్ఫైనైట్ కనెక్ట్ కావాలి అంటే that requires a completely new skill, new way of thinking, new way of believing in yourself. Okay, we are not talking about that. We are obviously talking from finite experience to the infinite experience here. So ఇప్పుడు మీ goals ఉన్నాయి. Let us talk about simple goals. Going to US on a scholarship, on a fellowship. Okay, that's all I want అని అనుకుందాం. And you get up in the morning and you're saying, I want this, I want this. How are you going to do it? Oh, నేను చదువుకోవాలి, నేను ఇది 90% తెచ్చుకోవాలి. ఓకే, సో ఐఎమ్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ మై సెల్ఫ్ రైట్ నౌ. ఓకే, నేను అప్పుడు మీ ఏజ్లో ఉన్నప్పుడు ఐ వాంటెడ్ టు కమ్ టు యూఎస్ కదా. ఓకే, ఐ వాంట్ టు బీ ద టాపర్ ఇన్ ద క్లాస్. సో టాపర్ కూర్చొని హోంవర్క్లు చేసుకునేవాడిని, అన్ని చేసేవాడిని. Then GRE exam lo manchi markuలు తెచ్చుకోవాలి. So was studying all the time to get GRE TOEFL. ఎవరో ఒక్కళ్ళన్నా ఇద్దరన్నా మనకు ఆ సీనియర్స్ ఉండాలి who can tell you how which colleges to apply. So ఏ సీనియర్స్ ఉన్నారు who will help me? This was my life for 4 years. That's all I knew, how to reach that goal. I thought that was the only way to reach that goal. And I executed that goal, reached it. But are there better ways? And I think the way I see it is by using the mana, we actually is a better way to reach that goal. So let's just look at the way we can make that. I'll give you one example, but then you can use your own personal, your personality, and figure out what that mana can be to reach that goal, to reach your goal of getting a fellowship in US. So, ఇప్పుడు మనం అందరం కలిసినాం కాబట్టి మీకు ఇన్ని కనెక్షన్స్ ఉన్నాయి యుఎస్లో. ఇప్పుడు డాక్టర్ శర్మతోని మొన్న మాట్లాడాను, పెన్ స్టేట్ యూనివర్సిటీ ఆయనకి ఉన్నాడు కదా, హీఈస్ వెరీ హై అప్. అయితే మాట్లాడుతుంటే శ్రవణ్ ఎంత మంచిగా అనిపిస్తుందో మన స్టూడెంట్స్తో మాట్లాడితే. హార్ట్ టు హార్ట్ కనెక్షన్స్ నేను అసలు చూడను. వెన్ ఐ టాక్ విత్ తోపీసల్ స్టూడెంట్, ఐ జస్ట్ ఫీల్ ఇట్. థింక్ అబౌట్ he's like saying all his experience. He has published a lot of papers, he has patents, he has everything. And he says what he wants is this mana. And ఆయన కూడా ఏంటి మనతో పీసెస్ స్టూడెంట్స్ అని అన్నాడు. అండ్ నాతో మొన్న 3-4 months బ్యాక్ మాట్లాడుతున్నప్పుడు, శ్రవణ్ నాకు మంచి స్టూడెంట్ వచ్చిందనుకో, నేను నా రిటైర్మెంట్ పోస్ట్పోన్ చేసుకుంటా. He wants someone to come there who can inspire him to stay longer. So think about it. That is how much you impacted him. అదే మిగతా వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తున్నారు, నేనే 18 years అప్పుడు 19 years అప్పుడు I was like, ఎట్లయినా చదువుకోవాలి, ఎట్లా ఎగ్జామ్స్ తెచ్చుకోవాలి, రైట్? So that's all I'm thinking. How do you think I was impacting any other human beings? Was I really trying to ఇప్పుడు చూడు, Dr. Sharma wants you. He doesn't even know who you are, individually, but he already wants you there. Whereas everything I was doing was begging. అరే ఎట్లనన్నా వాళ్ళతో నేను తీసుకోవాలి, వాళ్ళ దగ్గరికి తీసుకోవాలి, or I want to seize it from them. I want to take it from them. It's not like they want me, they want to give it to me excitedly. Not like that. It was like, how do I get it? I don't care how I get it. I want it. That's all I was thinking. Okay. So next, when we started this GRE thing last year, we had no clue on how to approach this. As a team, we had no idea on how to figure out how to get a fellowship in US. We just started talking, but we were honestly talking. We knew we wanted to make Surya get a fellowship. It was not like, why should Surya get a fellowship? It was like, we didn't go into all of that. We just said we want Surya to get a fellowship. We want Chandan to get whatever it is. We wanted everyone, whatever they want, we wanted to give it to them. That was our college, that was our team goal. And we started doing that. And now, over the last 1 year, we know now exactly how to make this whole process happen. So that, look at Mana has helped, I think, created a better process. Now you can learn GRE and TOEFL, Avanni, 2 months. That's all you need. You don't need to struggle like everyone else. Then, while you're studying, you're respecting each other. Suppose you didn't get the fellowship, but you still made great friends, right? These friends are going to be with you forever. They're going to be with you. So next, maybe 5 years from now, you're still in India, you're doing something. Who knows, the same friend might say, hey, come over to US. I have a fellowship here. I can talk with my professor and make it happen. Or your own friend might have become an assistant professor there. And he might say, I want you. I know this guy. I really like him. Come. So this Mana, which is like, when you think about other people in your team, not judging them, but making them better and telling them that you are there for them, is going to help you reach those goals. Okay. Then suppose you want to make this 100 crores by the age of 30. If you are together, easily you can make it. Anytime if you start a company with your own network, each of you can tap into your network and say, hey, we want this project. How do we get this project? If you like Thop publications, once you start that, once you define it clearly, then within our podcasts to within our own, this thing, we can keep on marketing that idea. That is the power you already have with all your podcasts which are going on. These podcasts, if they continue to go on, then you can send any ideas you have, any thoughts you have through these podcasts. You might be thinking, really? But think about it. That's what happens. CNN is like saying things, same stupid thing. It will say stupid things, and you'll finally, after 15 times, you'll think that is right. So it is, once a person hears those thoughts, it becomes that way. That is, so now you can use your own mediums, own podcasts, own media to make it happen. Otherwise, you have to be hoping that someone else's media is going to help you. Anyway, you have to do this, right? In a finite world, you'll have to market your ideas. It's not like, what CNN is doing is wrong. CNN is doing what CNN is doing. You have to do what you have to do. You cannot say, oh, CNN should not do that. Let them do what they are doing. But you should do what you should be doing. So that when you have all these podcasts going, and you actually, I learned so much from your obsession calls. For me, your obsession calls are my morning motivation. I get up with, to listen to your obsession calls. 6:30 morning AM is your obsession call. I get up at 6, and first thing is I'll be putting on, first words I'll be hearing are through the obsession calls for me. And I enjoy it a lot. And I'm learning a lot. So if each one of you are doing that 7 to 8 p.m., think about how much your friendships will become, how much you will learn. And you're learning from each other. So this, I want you to keep on thinking about the power which you all have together. Okay? So that is going to be, if you can understand that power, you will make many, many things happen easily and in a fun way. Okay? So I'll end with that. And now we'll do a few questions and then, we have 3 minutes. Okay. Vivikta, you're the last.
Yeah, these days నేను లాస్ట్ ప్రతిసారి కాల్లో నేనే లాస్ట్ ఓకే సో ద థింగ్ విచ్ ఐ వాంటెడ్ టు సే సార్ మీరు ఇట్లా అన్నారు కదా లైక్ ఇన్స్పైరింగ్ పీపుల్ టు మేక్ థింగ్స్ హ్యాపెన్ ఫార్ యూ అని ఐ జస్ట్ ఫెల్ట్ ఇట్ లైక్ అంటే మన మూవీలో మనమే కదా హీరో సో మనం హీరో అవ్వాలనంటే మన చుట్టుపక్కల ఉన్న వాళ్ళందరూ మనల్ని హీరో చేయాలి. ఐ జస్ట్ ఫెల్ట్ ఇట్ లైక్ దట్. అంటే ఓకే పిహెచ్డి సంపాదించడంలో హీరోయిజం ఏం లేదు, బట్ దెన్ పీపుల్ విల్లింగ్ టు గివ్ యూ దట్ రెస్పెక్ట్ ఆఫ్ బీయింగ్ డాక్టరేట్ ఇన్ సంథింగ్ ఇట్స్ జస్ట్ అమేజింగ్ అనిపిస్తుంది. అండ్ ఇంతకు లైక్ సిన్స్ ఐ హావ్ జాయిన్ దిస్ ఐ హావ్ బీన్ హియరింగ్ దిస్ ఇన్స్పైరింగ్ పీపుల్ అని, ఇన్స్పైరింగ్ పీపుల్. అప్పుడు ఆ ఫీల్ అర్థం అవ్వలేదు సార్. బట్ స్లోలీ యాజ్ ద డేస్ ఆర్ పాసింగ్ ఆన్ అండ్ ఐఎమ్ ఎంజాయింగ్ ఎవ్రీ మూమెంట్, బీ ఇట్ హ్యాపీ ఆర్ సాడ్, ఐఎమ్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ ఇట్స్ ఇంపార్టెన్స్. అంటే పీపుల్ మనుషుల్ని లోపల నుంచి ఇన్స్పైర్ చేయటం మనకెంత హ్యాపీనెస్ ఇస్తుందో అండ్ మనకెంత సాటిస్ఫాక్షన్.
Now you can understand my happiness.
Yes. And another thing is being with you forever ani. Ante two friends they will stay with you forever ani. I just redefined it today in our call. I just redefined it for myself today అనిపిస్తుంది. Because being with me ante people being with me forever would always mean like అంటే నా మన అనే పీపుల్ లో వాళ్ళు ఎప్పుడు ఉండాలి అనేది అని నేను అనుకునేదాన్ని. బట్ టుడే ఐ జస్ట్ ఫెల్ట్ ఇట్ లైక్ ఆ మనాలో లేకపోయినా దే విల్ స్టిల్ బీ ఫర్ యూ వెన్ ఎవర్ యూ నీడ్ దెమ్ అండ్ వెన్ ఎవర్ యూనివర్స్ ఫీల్స్ దట్ దే షుడ్ కమ్ బ్యాక్ టు యువర్ మన అని అనిపిస్తుంది. అండ్ అంటే ఫర్ ఎవర్ అనేది నిజంగా మనాలో ఉండాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు.
Yes.
It's just when you require them or they need you or we need them, they'll be in our mana.
So, thank you. So the final thing is, when I asked Vivikta, hey, are you willing to be a CEO of the company? Are you willing to publish the book in your name? She's always like, I don't know. Now Vivikta is saying, I want to do this. I will do this. So very good, Vivikta. See, all of you, it's not wrong to say, I want to be a CEO of a company. It's not wrong to say, oh yes, I want to publish my own book and I want it to be famous. There is nothing wrong about it. You should say it proudly. It might not happen. So what? I mean, I really wanted our VR Thop video to go 1 lakh views in one day. It didn't happen. I'm still mad at it. I'm still thinking what happened? How did it not happen? What could I do better? But I am not like unhappy. I'm sad. How could I do this? I let people down. None of those things. I'm like, okay, it did not happen. But I'm still in the back of my mind, I'm still going to make it happen. Okay, so I think that is what I all want. All of you should be looking is like, how do I make my goals happen? We are all here to support you. Let's make that happen. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for being on this Thop Talk today. From next week, you guys are taking care of it, not me anymore.
Sure, sir. From next Sunday. Ante ee Sunday.
Because they had exams, Geeta, I was doing it. Now their exams.
Oh,
Now
oh
their
wow,
exams.
okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize actually how much work it is actually. I was like thinking, it feels like I did one and then the next day happens and I have to make sure the next day is ready. And then suddenly I look at it, it's week has happened and oh my God,
Oh,
I
wow.
really
Good.
you guys did. You all are doing such a fantastic job making it happen every single day. Thank you so much. Keeping me motivated every single day. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
Bye.
Hey,
Bye.
Shailaja, you
Good
just
time.
I see
Bye.
fine. Do you want to say anything?